Images that shocked the world, and as part of efforts to establish what led up to the events of January 6th, the House of Representatives established a select committee to investigate, a bipartisan group of 9 lawmakers with subpoena powers.
It's a shame that Mr. Bannon has put us in this position, but we won't take no for an answer. We believe Mr. Bannon has information relevant to our probe, and we'll use the tools at our disposal to get that information. I expect that the House will quickly adopt this referral to the Justice Department and that the U.S. Attorney will do his duty and prosecute Mr. Bannon for criminal contempt.
The Democratic-controlled House is expected Thursday to authorize the committee to seek Mr. Bannon's prosecution for defying a congressional summons. The committee sees him as a material witness to the events that led to the Capitol riot by supporters of former President Donald Trump over his false claims of election fraud after suffering a defeat at the hands of Joe Biden. Bannon's attorney has indicated he will not cooperate with the committee until Trump's claim of executive privilege as it relates to the events on January 6th is resolved by the courts. The committee's report to the full House argues that Bannon made statements suggesting he knew ahead of time about extreme events the day before Congress was due to certify Biden's electoral victory.
Because he has categorically refused to appear, we have no choice but to seek consequences for Mr. Bannon's failure to comply. Those consequences are not just important for this investigation. They are important for all congressional investigations. Mr. Bannon's and Mr. Trump's privilege arguments do, however, appear to reveal one thing. They suggest that President Trump was personally involved in the planning and execution of January 6th. And this committee will get to the bottom of that.
Trump sued the National Archives on Monday, seeking to prevent it from releasing White House records that could reveal his actions and communications leading up to the attack.
There's no exception for presidents, much less former political cronies of the president. Bannon wasn't even working for the executive branch at the time these events took place. But on January 5th, the day before the riots and the insurrection took place, Bannon said all hell is going to break loose and warned or advertised essentially that this was going to be, an absolute game changer in American politics, and urged everybody to watch and or to participate in it. So he clearly has evidence about what took place, and he owes that evidence to the United States Congress because he's been subpoenaed to come and give us his documents and his testimony.
Once the full House votes on Bannon's contempt charge, the matter will be referred to the Justice Department to make a final decision on possible prosecution. The House committee believes that allowing Bannon to ignore subpoenas would weaken congressional oversight of the executive branch, with Chair Benny Thompson arguing that no one was above the law. The case is likely to establish the boundaries of invoking executive privilege, a presidential prerogative to keep certain communications private, and could have a direct bearing on the breadth of this investigation. The Select Committee was established after Republicans blocked efforts to establish an independent commission of inquiry into the attack. Sherwin Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.